day 4, the book of Proverbs, Pathway to Wisdom. And we are here with the fabulous Denise.
Hello, hello.
Denise is actually a part of the Resources by Renee team, and I'm so grateful for her. She brings such a light to our team and to help with young adults with their personal growth and development. So, Denise, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Denise. I'm 29 years old. I am originally from Crescent City, but now I reside in Volusia County. I'm currently a registered nurse. I have a little daughter. She's 10. She's not little anymore.
She's not little. We want to
She's
keep
my
them
baby.
small. We want to keep the baby small. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm here to give you guys a little wisdom about what I've learned through reading the book of Proverbs, specifically chapter 4.
Beautiful. And that's exactly what we're doing this season. And the Proverbs Challenge is just sharing what worked for us and to help you to realize that this is a guide. Proverbs is a guide for you to what your daily choices and challenges, decisions, whatever it may be. And we're going to share our testimony. So, Denise, when I say the book of Proverbs, when I called you up and said, hey, would you join my Proverbs challenge? What immediately came to mind about the Proverbs?
Okay, so when I think of Proverbs, the first word that comes to mind is wisdom.
Right.
Period.
Right. Yeah.
Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, discipline. Yeah.
That seems to be the
Wealth.
theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, the discipline. We all need it.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
discipline.
Yeah, it helps us. It helps us all.
It does.
Yeah. So you chose Proverbs 4. So
Yes.
tell me, what particular verse in the Proverb 4 did you choose?
Yes. So I chose Proverbs chapter 4, verse 26. And in the New Living Translation, it says, "Mark out a straight path for your feet. Stay on the safe path."
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I chose this verse because it spoke to me. And it's actually what the Lord is doing in my life right now, currently. Currently, the Lord is really honing in on me about staying on the right path. And you may ask, well, what is the right path? What is the safe path?
Right.
So the safe path is the will of God. You can't go wrong staying in the will of God. And when I say God, some of you may just think, from a spiritual standpoint, but no, God has a will for every area of our lives. When you think about our lives, we have not only spiritual, but we have mental well-being, emotional,
Right.
physical, financial, occupational, relational.
Yeah.
And so God has a say-so for all of these
that.
areas of our lives. And what I found with this particular verse is that by seeking God's will for each area of my life, I am able to stay on the right path, the safe path, and have the best results.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we, as young adults, when they graduate from high school, many know that I was a high school teacher for quite many years. But we see that after they graduate, it's like sometimes, not all young adults, but they just kind of don't know what to do, where to go, how to do it. And those questions come up, what's my purpose? What's going on? What should I be doing? Should I go to school? Should I not go to school?
Yes.
And especially with relationships, right?
Yes.
So, and we have to make sure that we make good decisions on those things. So, and that's what you mean about the going in the right path for your life, correct?
Yes, that is correct. And those were good examples that you brought up. And like I was saying, so God has a will for every area of our lives. For me, when I think I group spiritual, mental, emotional well-being into one category. And what is God's will for my life in those areas? So for me, that's reading my Bible, that's praying, that's worshiping, that's fasting, those things. So what I've done is I've come up with a morning routine where I'll make time to pray to God, to read His Word. Once a week, at least once a week, I plan to fast. But by being intentional about those times, that ensures that I'm staying on the right path. So
Right.
Monday, I'm
Right.
doing that. Tuesday, I'm doing that. Wednesday. So when I look back, there's consistency. When I look at my physical well-being, our bodies are temples. You know, if you've read the Old Testament, the temple was beautiful. It was beautiful, and God spared no expense with the building of the temple.
Right.
So our bodies are temples, so we have to make sure that we're keeping, giving our bodies the proper care that it needs.
That's self-care.
Yes, it's
Yes.
important.
It's
Yes,
important.
yes.
Yes.
So for me, what some of the ways that I'm able to do that is by making sure that I'm drinking enough water a day.
Go ahead, girl. Tell it. That water. That water. Yeah.
Making sure that I eat a balanced diet.
Yep.
Making sure that I exercise, and
Oh gosh, that's a bad word.
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. And let me just say, I'm not perfect. I'm not a robot. We're getting there.
Little bit. Every little bit helps.
Exactly. I have the idea. I got the vision. Okay.
And that's where it starts,
Yes,
really in the
yes,
mind too.
yep.
So we see ourselves exercising and loving it.
Yes. But being intentional, knowing, how much water does my body need a day, and just being intentional about, okay, I'm going to drink this amount of water a day, planning my meals out so that, I'm eating a balanced diet. Because
Right.
if I don't do this, then I could potentially get on the wrong path. If I don't take the meat out of the freezer and thaw it out, when I come home, I may just want to go get some fast food. And that's, every
good.
day that's
That's
not
good.
good for my body. And
Right.
again, we're trying to stay on the safe path. Also, when it comes to finances, right? Because God has a will for our lives financially. What that looks like for me is budgeting.
Right.
Budgeting, the big B word, budgeting.
You mean the Bath and Body Works is not the big B word?
It's the second B word.
It's like a B word. Okay.
So just making sure that I adhere to a budget, on payday, making sure that I tithe, making sure that I set aside money to give, to save, to spend within my budget, to budget for Bath and Body
That's
Works.
good. Yes. Yes.
So that I don't overspend.
Right.
Just staying on the safe path there. And then when it comes to occupation, my occupation, I'm currently a nurse. I work in healthcare, and the job that I'm at, the Lord led me to that job. So, I don't want to just be working anywhere that, because if it's not in God's will, then that environment could potentially be damaging to me.
Right.
So making sure that I seek His will in those areas, and just, giving my best effort when I'm at work.
Right.
Just knowing that I'm not there just for a job. I'm here to serve others. I'm here to serve patients.
That's good.
That's
good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And finding a job, or, let's just say a career, because we don't want a job. We want a career that we know that we are, that was aligned with our purpose. And again, walking into the will of God for our lives, so you can be successful at that job, or again, that in that career. So,
Absolutely.
that's also part of that too.
And just a quick background, I've worked at jobs in healthcare that I absolutely hated. Like, I hated. And to the point where I didn't even want to do nursing. And thankfully, God led me to this current job that I'm at. And it's to the point where I don't feel like I'm going to work when I wake up in the morning.
That's exactly what you need. Yeah.
So it's something that I'm passionate about. So again,
Yeah.
This is why we seek God's will to,
stay on the right path.
Yep.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
And that's the goal when you are seeking a career. When you go to work, it should not even be like going to work.
Yes.
You get to actually do this because that is, and you enjoy it. Yes. And the good side of it, you get paid.
Absolutely.
You get paid for that Bath and Body Works. So And so that's what you're seeking when you're looking for your career path or your purpose. It's something that you enjoy doing. You get so much joy out of it that even if they told you had to work a 12, 14, double, no, you'll do it because you just love it so much. But no, seriously, and that's basically what you're looking for those that are trying to decide what is it that I want to do? What is it? What is that path that I need
Yes.
to be taking?
Yes.
You're looking for those career moments or those careers that you're going to absolutely not even think of it as that. It's just,
Absolutely.
you love it so much.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. And
yeah.
then my final point is relational well-being. What does that look like for me? I have a daughter, so that looks like me sowing into her life, seeking the Lord for His will for her life. Some of you may not have kids, some of you may have family, parents.
Right.
God has a say so in our relationships in our lives. So just making sure that I stay on the right path that way. And when you said working those 10 or 12-hour shifts, that brought up to my mind, we have 24 hours in a day. So basically what I'm saying is I structure my day, my hours in my day to where I am staying in God's will and I'm not neglecting any area of my life. I'm meeting my needs spiritually, physically, etc.
Right.
Yeah, staying on that right path.
I love that you brought that 24 hours up in a day
Yes.
because, we all have that 24 hours in a day. Some of us need a little bit more,
Yes.
24, a couple more hours. But we all have that, and it's what you do with it that's important, and you can't be haters of someone else that's doing well.
Yeah,
But they had the same 24 hours you did.
that's true.
So what did you do with your 24 hours? We can't be on that social media constantly and expect to advance in a
Yeah.
particular area. It's what you're doing with your 24 hours.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm glad you brought that up. I used to get that with my students, oh, he's got honor roll, he's got this. I'm like, well,
He studied for it.
he
Yeah.
put that time in it.
Yeah.
And sometimes we had to say no. I had that
Yes.
conversation with a young adult. You're saying no to going out to the movies or whatever the young folks are doing nowadays, but saying on your phone and watching
Yeah.
reels and TikToks all day long is saying no. It's what are you doing with your 24 hours?
That's true.
So.
And actually, I was mentioning earlier to Miss Renee that the Lord recently has set on my heart to start waking up even earlier than I currently wake up now.
Which would be what?
4 a.m.
Woo, woo, woo.
And I need lots of grace to do so. Haven't perfected it yet, but having those extra hours to do things like spend time with him when I look at it, I've accomplished so much. By the time it turns 8 o'clock, I've already spent time with the Lord. I've already made my daughter breakfast. I've already gotten her off to school. I've done so much when people are just getting up to start their day. So that time is important.
Being productive,
Yeah.
and you can go for the 4 o'clock. I'm trying to get to the 5 o'clock club. So we're all striving to get to a different type
We're striving.
We're
We
all
are
striving.
striving.
That's all we're doing.
Sometimes that snooze button, it does get hit.
Yes,
so
it does.
I am not perfect.
Or you just don't hear it.
Yeah.
You just don't hear it. But that's great. I love the examples you gave about the different areas, that we all, whether you're 19 or you're 50 or beyond, you all have those different areas in your life that you're trying to make sure that you're walking in the will of God for your life.
Absolutely.
And again, and then I love what it says in the Amplified Bible that, consider well and watch carefully the path of your feet, and all your ways will be steadfast and sure.
Yes.
Because we want to make decisions. We want to make those choices that are going to help us for the future.
Yeah.
To have the future that we didn't have, to have the body or, the temple that we long for, to be healthy. So the choices that you're making today is part of wisdom because it's going to sustain you for the future. So
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. That was great.
Thank
that
you.
was Proverbs 4 coming from Denise.
Yes.
The RN. I just truly love you and appreciate you.
I love you too. Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And you will see her later this month. She is doing another chapter. So Denise is going to do an encore.
Yes.
So thank you for joining in.
All right.
All right. And we'll see you tomorrow for chapter 5.
All right. Bye.
That was so awesome. Another amazing segment today with Miss Denise and Miss Renee Rogers talking about the importance of seeking God's perfect will. And I love the fact that they said we all get 24 hours in a day. And what are we doing? What are you doing to seek out God's perfect will? Are you reading scripture? Are you taking that time in the morning to pray and ask for his direction, ask for his guidance? Because in all honesty, the perfect way to do that, the perfect way to find God's will for your life is to seek him first. And that's what we're talking about. I really hope that you all enjoyed this segment, and we will see you again tomorrow for day 5.